Hello, everyone, and welcome to
A humble jumble of thoughts.
Wee. uh, I I recorded that little jingle, if you can even call it a jingle, yesterday. And do I know it's out of tune? Yes. Do I care? Yes. But also, it's whatever. It's fine. Yes. Welcome to a humble jumble of thoughts. This is episode 3 now. I'm currently on spring break. Oh, I just hit the mic stand. Sorry. I'm currently on spring break, and there are things that I've been thinking about throughout winter quarter that I want to talk about. Um, yes, this is Humble Jumble of Thoughts, the series where I just ramble for a while about the things that I'm thinking about and the things that have been on my mind. Um, this is just gonna be like a very chill video where I just talk and eat some apples because it's 5:30 p.m. and I'm kind of hungry, so I'm gonna eat an apple. But while I chomp on this apple, why don't you go ahead and get something to eat, like a snack or like something to drink? We're gonna pretend like this is a podcast where I just talk to myself for like 20 minutes. Yeah, go ahead and get your stuff, and I don't remember what I'm supposed to be talking about today. Good thing I write this stuff down. I wonder if I timed the we correctly with my little jingle. I hope I did. I'll find out soon enough. Um, yeah. It's been 2 minutes already, and I have talked about absolutely nothing. This is great. We're getting off to a great start, but like I said, we don't care what happens here. All right. Okay. So, I have realized that throughout winter quarter, especially, I've been very emotionless. I think I've spent a lot of time just feeling either neutral or negative. I haven't really felt very many positively valenced emotions throughout winter quarter. Also, if you can hear my mom talking on the phone in the background, I really apologize for that. She's downstairs and my door is closed, so I really hope that. No, I think the mic is picking her up. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh well, we'll live through it. Yeah, throughout this winter quarter, I felt very, very emotionless. Um, I think a reason for that is I spent a lot of time just working and away from people. I'm very good at being in like school mode, which is a different mode than break mode. During break mode, I like catching up with people. I like talking to people. But during school mode, I don't do any of that. I don't have the kinds of deep connections that I really crave for. But I tell myself that because it's during school, I don't have the time and I'm not allowed to. I just can't afford to have those connections and those times where I'm able to just talk to people. And I think that contributes to my emotions and what I feel. I've grown very independent during my time in college because I've just spent so much time by myself. So I've kind of forced myself to be more independent. Like I've definitely noticed that I've become more introverted, and that's not a bad thing. It's just I've changed, and yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I just feel like it's interesting that I haven't really felt positive emotions until I got to the point where I was practically done with the quarter. Today is Wednesday, March 24th. I'm in the middle of spring break. The first time I really felt truly, truly, truly happy was probably the Sunday before that. So Sunday, I think that would be the 14th. I have a video of that on my channel. I have a video of that day where I just took a lot of clips, and that was a really good day. I spent a lot of time with my brother that day, and I'm really thankful for that. But then in my finals week video, you'll see that like it started off pretty rocky, and things just weren't going very well. I was very unhappy with P, and it really wasn't until last Friday, so the Friday of finals week, which would have been the 19th of March, that I was really happy again. And this would be the third video I've talked about this. So this is how you know it is really important to me. I got to talk with a very close friend of mine. And we caught up and talked and sang songs for 6 hours. And it was just a time that I was able to share life with my dear friend. And that's not something I was able to do at all throughout winter quarter. And I think I'd really miss that. And then the following Saturday, which is again another video on my channel, was a very good day as well, because I got to see another very close person to me, Chris. He and I saw each other in person for the first time in at least 10 months. I really don't even know when the last time I saw him in person was, but we grilled in his backyard on a fire pit. And yes, I smelled like smoke afterwards, but the food was really great. His company was really great. And our conversations, just our connection was very great as well. And overall, like, I'm just really thankful for those 2 days because they've helped me feel positive emotion again. So this second topic that's been on my mind kind of ties into my emotionless states. But also it relates to another subject that I think I should talk about first. So this other thing that's been on my mind is purpose. What is our purpose in life? What is your purpose in life? What is my purpose in life? What are we here for? And I'd be really curious to hear what you feel like your purpose is at this time. So if you feel like you're comfortable sharing, please share in the comments below. I'd love to read your thoughts. And that goes for anything I talk about. If you have thoughts that you'd like to share, just put them down. But specifically regarding purpose, I think of purpose in a few different ways. The main way that I was thinking about it throughout these past couple months is thinking about our most basic purpose and then how that gets more specific and like how there are levels to it. So like breaking down what our purpose is into its most simple form. And I think for me at this moment in time, my most basic purpose, my most simple purpose would be to be a positive impact on someone else's life. Another way I like to think of it is just giving someone else a reason to be alive, and not in a way that like makes me responsible for their life, but just in the ways that I act, in the ways that I just interact, I want to be I want to have a positive impact on someone else. And I see that as my most basic purpose, and the ways that I carry that out can be different. It can be relational. So for example, the ways that I interact with my friends and how I just share life with them and how I invite them to share life with me. It can be through my music and my passions musically. It can be, I guess an example of that would be my bassoon professor tells me all the time that I'm doing good work and that like teaching me is giving him purpose, and he finds purpose and value in teaching. Not just me specifically, but in general also. And yeah, I just think that like our purpose can go many different ways. I think our purpose can change over time. Also, depending on our circumstances, the people that we meet, the situations we find ourselves in, like this pandemic, for example. Like, I think my purpose freshman year, pre-pandemic, probably is a bit different, or is a bit more nuanced than now. I don't think nuanced is the right word. I just said it because it sounds like a smart person word. um, but yeah, I think the next thoughts I have are concerning like what we do once we feel like we have fulfilled our purpose, and if there's anything that we should do once that we feel like we have fulfilled that purpose. Um, if you were to ask me if I believe that I fulfilled my purpose of impacting someone's life positively, I would say yes. I don't think that's selfish to say. I genuinely believe I have impacted people positively. Um, so this next part is gonna get a little bit grim, and I'm gonna acknowledge that now. And I want to reassure you that I am indeed okay. Um, but I guess just to say it, because I have felt like I have completed my purpose, I am okay and I'm content with my life. And I had this thought, and still do have this thought, that if I didn't wake up tomorrow, that'd be okay. If I was not alive tomorrow, if I died today, that's okay. And I call this my. I mean, I guess it's just like I'm no longer really afraid of death because I feel like I have fulfilled my purpose and I've done what I'm needed, or like I've done what I think I am so good with words. I have done what I think I'm here to do. And I don't think that it's necessary for me to be here anymore. If I'm still here, great. If I'm not, that's fine too. Um, oh, a bird just flew by my window. Also, I want to move the mic over because I'm not centered and it's really throwing me off. So, we're just gonna fiddle a little bit. I'm sorry if this hurts your ears. I'll probably do something in the editing to make it not as bad. Okay, better. But yeah, as I was saying, like, it wasn't necessarily that I wanted to not wake up and not be alive, but it's more so that I'm content with where I am and what I've been able to do. If today was my last day on Earth, then it's fine with me. Like, I'm okay with that. And I think this is kind of, it's kind of a win for me. Because I've always been so afraid of death. Or I guess what I've been afraid of was the impact of my death and what that would mean for the people around me, the people I'm closest to. And I just got to a point recently where that stuff just didn't matter as much to me anymore. And I do think it has to do with me and my emotions and not feeling like positive emotions. I don't think these are bad things to feel. I just feel like if I was feeling more positive emotions, I probably would not have gone down this train of thought. But I also, like, again, I don't think this train of thought is bad. So hopefully it isn't. Like, again, I promise I'm okay. Like, life is good. I'm thankful for my life and every day that I live. And I'm thankful for the people that I'm able to interact with and connect with. Again, three people I'm very specifically grateful for. But yeah, that's kind of just, I guess, a glimpse into a lot of the things I think about at night when I'm laying in bed. um, I also wonder a lot about if I just were to die today, like, not necessarily if I would have any regrets, but if other people would have regrets. Because I think it's always interesting that, like, people would say that they, like, the person who is doing the dying, that sounds so bad to say. The person that is, I don't know how else to say it because I'm not good with words. The person that will, the person that will be passing away, they always, like, it's the whole idea of, like, living with no regrets for yourself. But I wonder if other people would have regrets and what those regrets would be. And this will also tie into my next idea of, like, thinking relationally and thinking about the people that I care about and the people that care about me. I always find it very difficult to feel like I am valued in a relationship or friendship. I'm going to use those two terms interchangeably. They're the same to me. So relationship meaning like a platonic relationship. But I I think I struggle with feeling valued in a relationship because I don't know where my value in relationships comes from, and I believe that I'm not the one that defines what my value in a relationship is. It's always the other person that tells or that knows what my value in that relationship is. And in a way, it's not selfish. In a way, it feels selfish for me to say that my purpose or like my value in a relationship is this, because that might not necessarily be true. I think it's important to ask any person you're friends with, anyone that you, I, I'm struggling with words. I think it's important to ask your friends whether or not they feel valued, but I don't think you should, at least if you are my friend watching this and you're asking me if I feel valued and I say I don't know or no, that's not because I don't think I'm it's not because I think I'm not valued. It's just I don't know where my value in a relationship comes from. Because I think it's also different from person to person. I might be someone that like a friend goes to if they need someone to talk to and needs advice from. So for that person, my value in that relationship is just being an open ear and being able to give advice. Whereas someone else may not be looking for advice, but just wants someone there to listen to them or just sit with them. And that would be my value in that relationship. But I find it really hard to know what my value is in a relationship. And even if people tell me what it is and that they appreciate me, like, it doesn't mean a whole lot to me. And that's because I'm not a words of affirmation person. My love languages are quality time and physical touch. So if you tell me you appreciate me and the things that I do, like, I will appreciate your compliment and your expression of your appreciation, but it doesn't make me feel valued, or it doesn't make me feel any better about like my or part in the relationship. I don't want to say it doesn't mean anything, but it kind of just doesn't mean anything to me. So like compliments and stuff, like, I appreciate them, but they don't mean a whole lot to me. I do care about comments on my videos because I like reading comments and responding to comments. So that's a bit different. I was talking to a friend today about how I love reading comments and responding to them, but sometimes I get sad when people don't comment on my videos. But literally, like, y'all please do not feel forced or obligated to comment on my videos. Just do it if you want, if you have something to share, if you want something to tell me, like, that's all. Like, please do not force a comment because that's rude. of me to ask for that. Am I making any? Do my words work? Like that's so fun. I'm so good with words. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna eat an apple slice. Catch a drink of water or whatever you're drinking, or get a snack or whatever. I'm just okay. It's a good apple. Thumbnail. I'm almost done. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, so I was just talking about purpose and value. Oh, there's another thing on here, but I need to make sure that I'm not missing anything before this last thing I want to talk about. Yeah. I think I got everything. This last thing. Let me be 100% real with y'all right now, okay? I don't think this is a hot take at all. But this pandemic sucks. This pandemic sucks. I feel like since it started, I was always very focused on the positives that came out of it and just thankful for the opportunities that I did have. But I'm also starting to mourn and grieve the opportunities that I lost. Last summer 2020, I had a study abroad trip lined up. I was going to go to Spain, in Barcelona to be specific, but this was going to be such a good opportunity for me because it would give me 3 credits towards my Spanish minor, and after all the classes I'd taken freshman year, I would have been 3/4 of the way done with my minor and I only needed 2 more classes after this study abroad. But more than that, I think what was really important to me about the study abroad was that I would get practical usage. Like I would be able to practice speaking Spanish and listening to Spanish in a more practical setting than what you get in academia, because when you get to higher education, the focus in foreign languages, especially like French, Spanish, the focus is on literature and literary analysis. And that is not what I wanted out of my Spanish education. What I wanted to get was just more fluency and better usage, better speaking. I have to burp. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. And at the time I said, like, when I found out, obviously, that it was canceled, I was like, okay, that's fine. At least, like, I'll have the opportunity to be home and I will be closer to the people that I care about, even if I can't see them. Even if I can't hang out with them. At least I'm proximally closer to them than I was before. Which is something I grieved a lot when I was at school. My fall and winter quarters was just being so physically far away from people. But aside from that. Oh, my camera stopped recording. I need to start it again. Okay. We're going to do that snap thing so I can line up the audio and the video again, because my camera just stopped recording and I don't know where it stopped. So we're going to go snap, 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 and we should be lined up now. So I don't know exactly where it cut off, but it was something about being proximally closer to my friends because of the pandemic. Yeah, there are definitely things that are positive, or there are definitely positives that came out of the pandemic, and I do want to acknowledge those, but also give myself the time and the space and the acceptance that I'm allowed to grieve and to say that this pandemic sucks. There's so many things that it took away from me. The last time I have given a live performance in an ensemble has now been over 13 months ago. As a performance major, as someone that so desperately wants to get into an orchestra to perform for people, that's absolutely terrifying. The fact that I have not had any ensemble experience in the past 13 months scares me so much. And part of that reason is because ensemble playing is a skill. Learning how to blend colors with other instruments, with other people in your section, learning how to play in tune with other people, these are all such important things in ensemble playing, and you can't do them if you're not playing with someone else. This pandemic has taken away my opportunities to be on campus, to get to know my campus better, and has taken away experiences that I would have had with my roommates, my roommate singular. At the same time, this pandemic has led me to be in this room that I now call my room in my house. I never would have thought I'd be living in this room, but because of the pandemic, I found myself here. The pandemic brought my brother home, and I've grown so much closer to him over the past 9 months. Extremely thankful for that. I've met one of my dearest friends due to pandemic circumstances, and I'm so very thankful for that. But at the same time, I'm angry and I'm sad at all the things that I've lost because of this pandemic. And it really sucks. Yeah, this is a sad thing to talk about. And obviously, like everything that's been happening in America, there's a lot that I could talk about, but I'm not going to. It's just hard. The world is not a great place to be in. There's a lot of hate in this world, and it's heartbreaking. I know y'all heard that from downstairs, but I think I'm going to just cap it there. This is a long episode of Humble Jumble of Thoughts, but I don't care. It's fine. Yeah, so the day that this is being uploaded is Monday the 29th. And this is the beginning of spring quarter, so let me just let y'all know what is going on spring quarter. I'm taking a lighter workload than I typically do. Not necessarily by my own choice, but it kind of is now. There's a class that I wanted to get into, but it was full, and the professor, I don't think, is going to be able to let me in. So I've just dropped that class and I'm not replacing it. So I'm going to be sitting at 4.5 units rather than my typical 5.5 or 6. Actually, it might be in 5 units. Depends on whether or not I have to take ensemble or not. I'm trying to get out of ensemble, so I just don't have to do it. But there is a possibility I won't be able to get out of it. And if it does, and if I'm not able to get out of it, then I will be in 5 units. But anyways, I am also going to be a PA for 2021 September, or for Wildcat Welcome, to welcome our class of 25, I believe. So PA training is going to be happening remotely during spring quarter, and I'm really excited for that. All in all, I'm just hoping that during spring quarter, because I'll theoretically have more time than usual, I will be smart about how I spend that time and give myself some room to just pursue things that I want to pursue. There are a couple of LinkedIn learning classes that I want to get into. Not get into, just like watch and go through. Take some more time to do more with like my covers and my music, the way I record stuff, adding more vocal lines, getting more creative with the things that I do. Hopefully that's all gonna be possible through spring quarter. Hopefully I'll be able to practice more, get more consistent reads, because that's always a struggle. I don't think I will be getting more consistent reads, but I hope I do. Yeah, all in all, I hope I'm able to carve out more time in the spring to catch up with friends and to avoid this emotionless or negative, more like bias towards negative emotions. I hope I can try and avoid that and see what that does for me. And yeah, I think that's really all I've got. And then just for future me, if I'm watching through this video again, winter quarter was tough. It was hard, but I'm also proud of you for growing outside of your normal self. You took a class, it's Psych 228, Cognitive Psychology, with Professor Rapp. Professor Rapp is the best professor I've had so far. Aside from Dr. Pagentini, who was my music theory professor last year. Professor Rapp, amazing lecturer, great person, cares a lot about his students, and will work with you to get what you need out of the class. He's a professor that will remember you, and he really does genuinely care about you, and you could tell. Your other psych class, Psych 249, Buddhist Psychology, with Professor Grabowecki. She was also a very amazing person. Never shied away from thanking students for having their cameras on during lectures, even though she listed the class as asynchronous and didn't require people to show up at lectures. You're very thankful for her and how she has impacted your worldview with different Buddhist ideals, but how you also see them in the world. There was something else I was gonna say about 228, but I don't remember. Oh well. If this is future Jason watching this video, I wonder if you've gone to Professor Rapp's office to get free candy, because you said you would get candy if you visit him in person. Oh man. Yeah. You're very appreciative of your professors and your teachers for working with you, especially through the difficulties of winter quarter. Hopefully you haven't forgotten, but you lived through a snowstorm and lost power for practically 2 days during a midterm week. But all in all, winter quarter was good. It was good. You got some good experiences, and obviously you wouldn't be where you are today without it. So I feel weird because I don't really want to end the video, but I know I should, because it's getting really long now. It's what, at like 33-ish minutes now. I'm also really curious to see if I'll put music to this, because I feel like I don't want to, but I also feel like I kind of need something in the background. Like, even if it's just really soft, I need something there. But yeah, thank you for being here and listening through my existential crises. It wasn't even an existential crisis. It wasn't a crisis. I just didn't care about dying or not. I hope that... Oh, how is the kitchen so loud? no, I just hope that you're doing all right. You don't have to be doing well. You don't have to be. You don't have to have everything put together, because God knows there have been days where I've just been out of it. But I hope wherever you are doing better today than you were yesterday. And um, please share your thoughts if you have any on anything that I've talked about. Um, I'd love to have some conversations in the comments, or even like in my DMs if you want to DM me. My Instagram will be in the description. Thank you for this space and for listening to my thoughts, letting me share what's been on my mind and all the things that really I've been thinking about over the past few months. Look forward to episode 4. No idea what I'll be talking about, but it'll probably be something similar. I might actually have an existential crisis by then, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, yeah, I should really end this thing. So, what's my, how do I end my videos? Remember to stay safe, stay happy, and be well. Hopefully this snap will line up with the music, because that's always so satisfying. If it doesn't, I tell myself it's okay, because it doesn't have to. It's just cool if it does. So yeah, stay safe, stay happy, be well, and I'll see y'all later. Okay, bye.